I was joking about it with my buddy. I was like, it almost sounds like Mutt should have been like on this song with you, because like I could hear like Mutt style backing vocals like shine a light, or something like, you know.
Well, yeah, but I'm sure I'll work with Mutt again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see that like happening?
I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I'd like to, of course. We talk still a lot. I mean, we're always going to be great friends because we spent most of the 90s together.
I mean, Waking Up The Neighbours and then 18, you know, I mean, like Waking Up The Neighbours it's my top 5 favorite records of all time. Like
Thank you.
I've listened to that top to bottom. I know it so well. And you know,
that's where I met you last time. Was on the 30th.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I even remember asking you
25th anniversary.
25th anniversary. Yeah, it was 2012. I think it was. Yeah, and I remember that was the first thing I asked you. I'm like, tell me some Mutt stories. And you know, so
there's a lot of them.
I can imagine.
Sure.
Hey, give me a really good Mutt story then.
I don't even know where to start.
I remember last time we spoke, I asked you about recording the backing vocals, and you said that you were so surprised with how many layers he does.
Well, on one particular song, I remember we recorded. I think it was on "Thought I Died and Gone to Heaven." Because we had a 48-track machine. Because Pro Tools didn't exist back then or anything digital.
It was 48 tracks on tape?
48 tracks on tape.
Wow.
It was digital tape, and so we recorded 48 tracks of one background vocal. I think it was "Thought I Died and Gone to Heaven," the chorus. Right. And then we finished it, and I was like, wow, that sounds great. He goes, well, that's the left channel.
So you did 48 more for the right.
Yeah.
And even the
all
like,
those.
All those, yeah. So you do 48 each.
So there was like
each line, really.
Yeah, 100 channels of vocals.
That's crazy. And even the drums on that record, like, you know, so were those done through the Fairlight?
It was a combination of live recording and the Fairlight.
So the, like the samples would come out of the Fairlight, and then like the cymbals would be overdubbed, kind of thing, or
that, and sometimes there was real performance intermingled with you know, the steadiness of the Fairlight.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, so there's a couple of like couple elements on there where you hear some like real toms kind of blended in, and I'm like, oh, that's probably a live performance there.
Yeah, and also we had Clear Mountain mixing it, so Clear Mountain would have had.
Yeah, what was that dynamic like? You have Mutt as a producer, and then you have Clear Mountain like mixing it.
It was
like,
the A-team.
Yeah, because usually it would have been Mutt and Shipley, but then you have Clear Mountain. It was kind of like one of the original mixers, really.
Yep.
You know.
So no, it was good. It worked out fine.
What was the biggest difference between, you know, Clear Mountain on Reckless and then Mutt?
Oh, you really can't compare.
No. So to have them mixing the record,
Keith Scott, my guitarist, and I often say that working with Mutt for 10 years was like going through the University of Rock.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah.
Seriously, I mean, he was unbelievable. I learned a lot, and I think I became a much better singer for working with him.
Yeah, because I mean, first and foremost, he's a bass player and a singer.
Well, he's just an all-round musician. He's one of the greatest producers of all time, and
yeah. I mean, I
we
PhD
really have a lot of respect for him, and would love to work with him again.
What's like the biggest lesson you learned? Are you still incorporating some of those lessons you learned from Mutt in the songwriting today, or production?
There
ideas?
Really isn't a rule when it comes to songwriting and Mutt, because he would always surprise me with where he would go, would take things.
Right.
But he would also learn from us and from other people he's worked with in the past.
Okay.
He's very, very, very clever. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I was listening to a podcast with Jim Vallance, and he was talking about the Pretty Woman Broadway show.
Right.
And he said something really funny, where he said that you guys would, you know, you've been working on this thing for 4 years, and you write a song, and then the director would come back and say, you know what, this isn't really fitting the scene. Can you go and rewrite it?
Right.
So as a songwriter, like trying to put this thing together, like does that get into your mind? Like, oh, like is this good enough?
Jim may not have been as ready for it as I was, because if we get back to Mutt would often say to me, you know, let's make your chorus a verse and write a new chorus. You know?
Wow.
So that kind of stuff would happen. And so I was very used to and then again I did it again on Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron, that film, the animated film back in the 2000s, where I had DreamWorks and the writing and the directorial team coming in and saying, yeah, we need to change this, we need to change that, we need to change this, you need to write a new one here, you write a new one there, finish this one, da-da-da. So it was always, there was, you know, you spend literally the whole 9 o'clock in the morning till midnight in the studio writing to make it work. And so I don't think Jim had been through that kind of...
He wasn't ready.
That kind of grind.
Yeah.
So when I did it, it was like, okay, here we go again.
Right.
I get this, but you know, I had to sort of talk him off the ledge a few times.
Yeah. Well, you said
there was a lot of sandwiches. Like we'd walk back and I'd take him for a sandwich, and okay, it's gonna be okay, man. We're gonna get this, you know.
It's that intense though, like.
Sure.
Oh man. You know, it's true because, like, you know, I've read stories about Mutt, like, you know, the song Photograph of Def Leppard, or like, okay, you know, the entire song, the entire chorus changed during the mix. So it's like you're constantly...
Listen, I'll tell you a great Mutt story. Here, we got this song, and I think the song on the album was called Not Guilty.
Okay.
And
Great
I
song.
really liked the chorus, but the verse just wasn't working.
Okay.
And so, and I kept saying, Mutt, I just don't think this verse is very good. We need to write a new verse. And he finally went, stop the machine. He put all the tracks in record for the verse, like guitar, bass, drums, keyboards, any vocals, and he put it on record and dropped out for the chorus. And I was like, he kept the drums.
Right.
I said, what did you just do? He goes, well, you didn't like the verse. Let's write a new verse. So that was it. It was gone.
It was just gone.
Gone forever.
And you can't, like, Control-Z that.
No, it's gone.
Oh, my God.
Gone forever.
Do you remember what it was?
Nope.
Man.
It wasn't good enough. That's all I know. But that's the kind of thing that would always blow my mind. And he was really, like, cool with it. He'd be like, "Mom, let's write another one."
Wow.
Yeah.
That's intense, man.
No, it was great.
That's
It was
crazy.
really cool. It was actually a great lesson. You know, the thing about songwriting, and this is the thing I'd always say to songwriters, is to be less precious about your work, you know, and always be open to making it better.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah.
I love stories like that because I'm such a big Mutt fan that it's like, you know.
I gathered that.
Yeah. Well, a big fan of yours as well, you know.
Right.
It's like,
Well,
it was so awkward.
Thank you.
I interviewed Shania and I was just asking her Mutt questions and she was like, "No, it's totally fine. Like, I love talking about this stuff."
is that how she sounds?
Pretty much.
Okay.
You know how she sounds.
No, I don't.